Cheating wife made a terrible decision that destroyed her marriage. Reddit cheating stories. I never thought I'd be the guy writing a story like this, the kind that begins with love and ends with betrayal. But sometimes, life doesn't just fall apart in one big explosion, it unravels slowly, thread by thread, until you're standing in the ruins, wondering how it all went wrong. My name's Ethan, 34 years old. I used to believe I had the perfect marriage. My wife, Melissa, was my best friend, my confidant, the person who made every hardship seem bearable. We met in college, bonded over late-night study sessions and cheap coffee, and from the moment she smiled at me, I knew she'd change my life. And she did, just not in the way I expected. After college, we built a quiet, comfortable life. I worked as an architect, Melissa was a marketing manager. We weren't rich, but we were happy. Or at least, I thought we were. We had plans, a house, a family, vacations we'd dreamt of taking once life settled down. I used to look at her across the dinner table and think, this is it. This is the woman I'll grow old with. But then, things started to change. At first, it was small. Melissa became distant. Her laughter, once effortless, started to sound forced. She was always tired, or busy, and when I'd try to plan a date night, she'd cancel last minute. I assumed it was work stress. I tried to be patient. I cooked dinner, cleaned up, even left her little notes, have a great day, love you, just to remind her she wasn't alone. Then came the late nights. The unexplained overtime. The phone that never left her side. I wanted to believe it was nothing. I wanted to trust her, because that's what love is supposed to mean, trust. But when trust starts to crack, it's like a leak in a dam. You can pretend it's fine for a while, until it bursts. One night, Melissa said she had a work dinner. I didn't think much of it, until I noticed she'd changed her outfit 3 times. She wore perfume she hadn't touched in months. And when she left, her phone buzzed on the counter, just once, with a message preview that froze my blood. Greater than, can't wait to see you again heart. I remember staring at that heart emoji, feeling the floor fall out from under me. My hands were shaking. I wanted to believe there was some innocent explanation. But deep down, I knew. I didn't confront her right away. Instead, I decided to find out the truth. The next week, I took a day off work and followed her after she said she was meeting clients. My heart was pounding so hard I could barely breathe. She drove across town, not to a restaurant, not to an office, but to a small hotel. I parked a block away and waited. And there she was, my wife, the woman I'd loved for 10 years, stepping out of her car, smiling in a way I hadn't seen in months. Then he appeared. A tall man in a suit. He wrapped his arm around her waist, kissed her like she belonged to him. In that moment, something inside me broke. I wasn't angry, not yet. Just numb. I watched them disappear into that hotel and sat there for nearly an hour, staring at the windshield, trying to make sense of the chaos inside my head. When Melissa came home later that night, she acted like nothing had happened. She smiled, kissed my cheek, and said she was exhausted. I wanted to scream. I wanted to ask why. But instead, I said, I made dinner, and watched her sit across from me, eating spaghetti with the same hands that had touched another man just hours earlier. That night, I couldn't sleep. I stared at the ceiling, my mind replaying everything, the message, the hotel, the kiss. I realized I was living in a lie. And the longer I stayed silent, the more power she had over me. So, I decided to take back control. The next day, I gathered proof, phone records, screenshots, photos. I didn't want revenge. I just wanted truth. Once I had everything, I waited for the right moment. That moment came 2 weeks later, during dinner with her parents. Melissa had always loved showing off our perfect marriage. Her father admired me, her mother adored me. Halfway through the meal, I calmly set my phone on the table and played a video, the one of her entering the hotel with her lover. The room went silent. Melissa's fork clattered onto the plate. Her mother gasped. Her father's face turned red. Melissa started to cry, stammering excuses, Ethan, please, it's not what it looks like. But it was exactly what it looked like. I stood up, looked her in the eyes, and said, you made your decision, Melissa. And it destroyed everything we built. Then I walked out. She followed me home, sobbing, begging me to talk. I didn't yell. I didn't curse. I just said, I loved you more than anything, and you threw it away for someone who'll never care about you like I did. The divorce was quick. She lost most of her friends when they learned the truth. The other man, he ghosted her the moment things got serious. She tried reaching out months later, said she missed me, that she'd made a terrible mistake. But by then, I was done. I sold our house, started therapy, and took time to rebuild myself. It wasn't easy. Some nights, I'd still wake up reaching for her, forgetting she was gone. But over time, the pain faded. I started painting again, something I'd stopped years ago because it took too much time. Funny how betrayal can free you from the cages you didn't even know you were in. A year later, I met someone new. Her name was Lila. She didn't try to fix me, she just listened. Slowly, she helped me believe in love again. Not the blind kind that ignores red flags, but the kind that grows from honesty and respect. If there's one thing I've learned, it's this: trust is the foundation of love. Once it's broken, no apology, no promise, can rebuild it the same way. Melissa made a terrible decision, one that didn't just destroy our marriage, but the future we could have had. But in the end, her betrayal gave me something unexpected: clarity. I realized I didn't lose everything that day, I lost the illusion of who she was. And I gained something far more valuable: the strength to walk away and start again. Because sometimes, the end of love isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of who you're meant to become.